All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Ocean Catch World Cup 2022. It's finals week, baby, and we're here with a very early show match indeed. My name is Quinton. I'm joined by Snow Leopard, and the two of us will guide you through Team Hong Kong versus Team Philippines. But those teams, Hong Kong is not participating this year. Philippines didn't qualify, but these are the Hong Kong and Philippines from the year before, with small adjustments here and there. The Hong Kong side, we have Icon FC and Hinex coming in instead of Novoids and Sugetsu Kyoka. The Philippines team is, I believe, exactly the same. But both teams being really strong last year and just completely disappearing this year is the reason why we invited them over to show what they got on this finals map, because it's where Philippines ended up dropping out last year. Hong Kong made it to the grand finals even, so both these teams really skilled. Good morning, Nick. For you, it's really early.
Good morning. Yeah, it's a nice 2 a.m. right now, but how could I turn down seeing Crowley and AFB face off? That's just what dreams are made of, honestly. So I'm excited to see this showdown.
Definitely, yeah. It's really early actually. It's 7 UTC. It's not a usual time for most of these matches, but hey. If we want to see something spicy, we gotta work for it, right?
Absolutely. And I think we're going to see quite a spicy match out of these two teams. Like you mentioned last year, these two teams are both very strong. And unfortunately, we're not around for this year. So going to get them back into the ring one more time. Give us a nice little show match before we kick off this finals weekend.
Definitely. And it also gives it paints a picture of how teams are going to perform on this finals map pool, right? If for example Hong Kong or Philippines struggles immensely, and this weekend is going to be more entertaining, I do believe, because we kind of have a hard time to guess how teams are going to perform, because we start going into the 7-star maps. So curious to see how these two teams. I think both the teams are going to side read though. Don't think many of them did practice the map pool. I think AFB and Bunray, given how they're in the map pool selecting team or map pool assurance team, they're gonna have played a couple of maps. And I think Crowley, Bunray has 2 maps of her own even in the pool, so that's a small advance for the Philippines, but that should be it, really.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out. As you mentioned that, I kind of had that in my mind. I was like, wait, when did we finish organizing this? Have they known to practice the pool? I think they've known about it for a little bit, but certainly, not a standard practice time frame. So, like you said, probably going to see a lot of site reads, but I think it'll be interesting nonetheless.
I messaged them the Monday. So they knew starting from Monday, so they had 6 days to prepare if they wanted to prepare.
Okay, yeah, that's not bad.
But yeah, with this first year we're doing these show matches, I think this one is really interesting as well. Given it's the 2 biggest surprises, right? When we saw the signups, both teams just not being there, all 12 players not signing up. So curious to see how they're gonna perform. Because honestly, if they did sign up, I think both of the teams could have made it to this point. They did last year, but competition this year is a little harder. So, either way, we have one more show match planned next weekend as well. I'm not going to spoil what the lineups are going to be just yet, but Snow Leopard is going to be a juicy one as well.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one as well. Like you said, we won't spoil it just yet, but keep your eyes peeled for that one. I'm sure I'll have some announcements about it. Looks like right now we're banning Crowley. It's always a smart choice. You never know with that guy.
Yeah, probably the strongest player in the Philippines, just by the sheer amount of memes that he can pull out of his bag. I don't think anyone can beat that. They do end up banning Double Time 1. I think that is somewhat expected. Air 9.2 DT. Not something you can side read, so I think that is a reasonable ban coming in from the Philippines. It does end up being the fact that Philippines lost the role So they have to ban first. Hong Kong won it, so they banned second pick first.
Yeah, it looks like Hong Kong actually wanted to ban double time 1 as well. So pretty easy ban. Hong Kong really getting the most out of this roll. Pretty much get 2 bans in the first pick. Looks like double time 2 is going to be that ban.
Yeah, no double time coming in from both teams. Interesting to see. Or at least the specifics being gone. Yeah, we could have just banned double time 1 twice, and that would make it unbanned then, right? Yeah, something like that. I think on either team, like Rusty, for example, in the Philippines team, he was new last year. Was a new addition, and he has improved a lot. Like, he's top 40 or something in the world right now, but he's improved a lot. So I'm curious to see how he's going to perform. Given, well, his team got here last year, but I don't think he played that many maps at that point because he was just not at the skill level yet. But I think he's definitely at skill level now. So it's a bonus for the Philippines, and Hong Kong lacking Skitsukiyoka, which was one of their 3 main players. Might hurt him just a little bit. And we see mixed maps were actually getting picked immediately, and that is this is, I believe, the longest map in the pool, except for the tiebreaker. So we're starting off with a marathon, and it's I think you can hear the song. It's like a metal song, just full of streams, but it's a comrade, so a 4-minute 30 comrade, which is a spicy pick.
Yeah, definitely be a good one to get everybody all warmed up. And I think you were mentioning how some of the players were mappers. That made me think, I wonder how many of them are actually up to the same skill level they were last year when they were practicing and, playing in CWC and all that. I can imagine that a lot of them have been mostly mapping for the past year. Maybe as of Monday started trying to de-rust a bit to get ready for the match, but I wonder if that's going to have an impact.
Yeah, I think Roydo might be someone that is a little rusty. Altawales, on the other hand, he's been farming BP past couple of days. I think he gained perhaps 1,000 BP raw or something. He kept on. Yeah, you just went to farm town, right? We called them new farm maps and have seen all of them pretty much. He's already back into the second place of the world, while it was 4th, I think, a couple of days ago. It was actually 5th 7 days ago, and now he's 2nd with a 500 PP lead on 3rd. So he gained a lot of PP. Let's put it that way. So Altawales seems fine. Tifa Sama has been active and community tournaments. AFB, I'm not too certain. That might be someone that he's on the map pool and selecting team, so perhaps had to practice some of the maps to select them. Rusty is, as we said, improved a lot over the past year. Kagamine Rin is one of those players that I see him posting a couple of scores on Twitter from time to time, but that's about all the interaction I've seen from them with the community in general, so can't really judge it either. But the fact that Bunray is not playing for the Philippines, I think that says a lot, because the Bunray top 10 player of the world, but doesn't play this one.
Yeah, I will say, out of all those, I think the only one you're sleeping on a little bit is Roydo. He actually is currently pending a badge from one of my latest tournaments, so he has been active. He's recently won a tournament, so...
Right, he beat me in that tournament, even, I completely forgot about that.
Just had to repress the memory of that.
Yeah, it kind of hurt, to be honest. We see already 4 misses coming in quite early. Only AFB and Rusty only onto combo. Rusty gonna go for the Nomad together with Latifisa, both in trading misses. Atlas on the hard truck. 4 misses coming in. AFB still above 200 combo on the hidden, and then Kaimini Rin also on the hidden. But Roy on the hard truck for Philippines is doing damage right now, and that's giving them an early buffer, about 20,000 points or so. One miss every both teams.
Yeah, so far just AFB and Roydo holding those full... Actually, Roydo not full combo, my bad. Just AFB with the full combo, but... Oh, and now Roydo missed, but he was close behind. That's going to flip that right back over to Hong Kong now, with Atawales regaining his composure, almost hitting 400 combo.
Yeah, all players on Hong Kong above 400 combo seem really confident after the beginning section of this map. And I think it's mostly hard on hard truck, given how some of these wiggles seem really tricky. Twelpum is actually coming in from the Philippines, so no combos on their side. Look at that scoreboard loading up, right? Roydo's somewhat struggling in this section. Atlas finally trading one of those, but AFB is just he's just enjoying this quite a lot, actually. The one that I thought was going to be the most rusty is the one that is still holding on to the bullets, and that's 50 to 60,000 score difference already.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see AFB on like no mod if he ends up playing. I imagine they would sub him out, but he is quite a god on hidden, so does finally stumble, breaks that full combo. A little tragic there, but he's still in it and did plenty of enough work for his team.
Definitely, we see 2 triple misses coming from Hong Kong, in fact, and that is going to switch it back, I do believe, for Roydo right now. Only one with combo on the Philippines side as well. But he ends up dropping with 2 trades coming from Hong Kong, so it keeps on favoring, actually, for the Philippines. And there we go, Philippines back in front, actually.
Yeah, we're going to see that score bar flicker back and forth. It's getting real close as we're about halfway through this really long first map. AutoLS going to find a break and get a very small score lead for Team Philippines.
Yeah, Kagamine and Rin and AFB, the only 2 above 200s. But Latifa Sama dropping no trades coming from Philippines, just going to favor them. But as you can see, we're only halfway. This one is 4 minutes 30, so plenty of room still.
Yeah, and with how long of a map it is, these breaks aren't going to hurt quite as much, or at least the score difference won't look as drastic, just because we got 4.5 minutes worth of map, so you know, all the fruit are worth less.
Yeah, definitely. We see AFB missing a second node of the map. Kagamine and Rin is trading it though, and Noma plays trading it, but Kagamine remaining dropping once more. Both Hunter plays above 200, but that's going to favor Hong Kong slightly, and no combos left actually. But that score difference is really tiny, actually. This is a really close one. Lost quarter of the map. This mixed mod 3 pick coming out of Hong Kong.
Yeah, Auto stumbling again there, and that's going to get at least a little bit of a comfort over for Team Philippines. Roydo going to trade it back, though, and that will get right back to the center as we're approaching the last quarter of the map.
Yeah, these 2 teams have been neck and neck for the entire map, but a triple miss coming out of Hong Kong, and Kagamine and Rin actually holding on to combo, doing huge things for Philippines. That's actually quite a nice buffer they've built up now. About a minute of the map left. They do end up dropping, but Autos ends up trading and somewhat struggling on the top side, actually. Roydo above 300 combo on the hardware gets doing massive damage. Rusty ends up dropping. I mean, Philippines keep getting advantage, but they keep dropping them quite immediately, and I think Hong Kong is still in this one. Sama ends up trading, though. But AFB above 200, but AutoLS keeps on dropping. If they can get AutoLS to keep on holding up the combo, I think this is definitely within reach. Roydo ends up dropping. We're trading that bit from AutoLS. We're probably just going to be ending, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of going back and forth here. Team Philippines definitely seem to be like in the lead, but they're leaving that door open with these misses they keep finding. AutoLS really needs to hold, though. He's just struggling quite a bit at the ending section.
Yeah, his 2 teammates above 200 combo. Map's coming to an end, but Rusty is also above 200. Double miss coming from Hong Kong. That's going to seal the deal, actually. Philippines win this first map. Mi'kmaq 3 breaking Hong Kong's pick immediately. But honestly, we see quite a lot of misses coming out from quite a lot of players. Roydo with the 28 miss, Autos with a 32 miss, Latifa Sama with a 23 miss. So this somewhat paints a picture of how difficult these maps are, in fact. But Philippines actually end up breaking Hong Kong immediately. Beautiful performance coming in from all 3.
Yeah, Rusty saying that was a sight read for him. So 13 miss on a sight read, not bad at all for these really high difficulty maps.
Yeah, definitely. Playing a mixed mod convert, which is going to be like 7 stars with hardware, that's not easy. So, well, on the other hand, all of us and Roydo are probably the strongest players in the lobby, right? And if 2 players were to side read such a thing on hardware, you choose those 2. But I think Roydo slightly outscored AutoLS, but Rusty outscored Latifa Sama by quite a lot. And then Kagamine Rin was able to trail behind AFB. I think only getting outscored by about 30,000 points. But AFB had a really solid run, definitely in the beginning section of the map there.
Yeah, I'm curious to see where Team Philippines wants to take this now. Hidden could be a little dangerous going up against someone like AFB. Hard Rock was looking pretty good for them, at least with the mixed mod picks, what we could see for the 2 top Hard Rock players. Definitely doesn't seem like either team wants double time, and they are going to go Hidden 3. Bunray, captain, coming back in, picking Vestrafung by Cranky.
Ooh, great song. This one is a convert mapped by Ice Scout, and I believe we have an agreement even with Ice Scout. He's not going to update the map during CBC, which is also quite nice. It's an Air 8 hidden convert, so going from, for the hardcore players, going from Air 10 to Air 8 hidden, always a pleasure.
Oh no, I'd be not happy with the low AR hidden pick.
We see Crowley actually making his first appearance, and that was to be expected, right? Crowley being a hidden player.
Yeah, glad to see Crowley and Bunray in, some of the most iconic members of the Team Philippines.
Definitely. We're waiting that third player from Hong Kong, but I'm assuming it's going to be Otto. Actually, Otto is on the Air 8 hidden. That might not be his forte. Could be. We could see Hinix or Icon of C actually coming in. Or Latifah Sama making his reappearance. But they do lack that third hidden player, given the fact that CX Yukioka just wasn't around. So that's going to hurt Hong Kong quite a bit, actually. Especially on the lower AR hidden, right? On a map like Hidden 2, where it's Air 9.8 hidden, they should be fine. I mean, like, Autoless can definitely just have C, those type of maps. And then on the lower AR hidden. And this one is also 3 minutes 30, so we are going for the lengthy picks today. We want to drag the show match.
Yeah, starting out with all those long maps, I guess at least everybody will be plenty warmed up and have a good idea of how they want to proceed for the rest of it. Looks like we're going to be hopping into this Hidden 3 pick, another convert, another long map, this time low AR style.
Cranky song coming in. Roydo, Crowley, and Bunray taking on Sakanas, Latifah Sama, and AFB. I think we might have had some issues with starting. We'll see. Whoa. Might have
yeah,
not
see,
started,
we let Crowley in the lobby and immediately everything broke.
That is definitely the reason. Should have let everyone else play.
We let this guy pass the screening.
Does make stellar maps, Mr. Crowley. Yeah, I really liked the double time one from last week, for example. His Lovejoy, honestly, all of his Lovejoy maps are amazing. You should definitely try them out after the show match.
Oh yeah,
a couple.
Speaking of Lovejoy, Crowley mapping quite a bit of those, and I'll throw the plug in here for Crowley as he's on the stage. We need Lovejoy featured artist. When can we get that? I feel like that would just be really a perfect for the featured artist lineup.
You'd make Crowley the happiest man on earth if someone did that. Quite sure. Actually, honestly, you would make me a happiest man on earth because Lovejoy is just amazing with Crowley, especially. His maps, he always maps their maps like Air 8.3 to Air 8.6, and then they get chosen as a hidden pick or an all-time pick in various tournaments, and always a Lovejoy map.
Yeah, definitely that kind of low to mid-range 8 AR comes in clutch for those higher difficulty map pools.
Indeed.
Looks like we're getting everybody all situated again. We're going to give this another go. Maybe, unless we've lost Sakanas.
Yeah, could be.
Like we'll try to get them back in there. Well, the good news is we can break the client in every way possible now, and then all the rest of the weekend it'll just be good.
Yeah, we're just taking the bullet here, ladies and gentlemen. That is all part of the plan.
It's not a bug, it's a feature. The feature is us clearing the bugs.
I'm curious to see how much of a massacre Air 8 is going to be, because it's always a bloodbath, right? Here's to see how these teams are going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, if it was a lot of teams, I'd say this is just going to be rough. But I mean, the two teams that we're looking at now, they just have some really great hidden players. So I think it'll be all right for this match. But I am curious to see if this map's going to come out this weekend. I could see it being a pick from like a strong hidden team against a team that's not as strong with hidden. But outside of that, I could definitely also see it being banned or just ignored.
Yeah, I think like someone like Indonesia or China, South Korea, those teams like seem like some teams that would pick this, but I'm afraid it will get banned against them. On the other hand, the hidden one is AR 8.5, so it's also probably low AR. So, and those patterns are really tricky. Might ban that, but we'll definitely see quite a lot of hidden bans coming out from a various amount of teams. It's just about pretty much usual at this point, right?
Yeah, once you get into these higher stages of the tournaments, it's when the hidden maps start to get real wacky, and you're either just like hidden gods and you can handle it, or you're not. And more often than not, at least one of the two teams does not have that 3-man hidden team, so they just want to get that out of there.
Indeed. But both teams end up not banning hidden, and they're going to face off on hidden 3. Finally, we can get everyone going. So AR 8, cranky map, 3 minutes 30 linked. And we see already 3 missions coming in second as AFB and Roydo holding on to combo. AFB and Roydo are one of the best low AR hidden players in the world, so I'm expecting quite a huge score coming in from either of those.
Yeah, so far Sakana is also holding on to the full combo. We'll have to see how long that can last. As I say it, it drops. So just AFB and Roydo now. Crowley not too far behind though.
Yeah, burn rate missed already twice, but that's going to give like a small advantage towards Philippines, but that's about 1/10 of a miss or something. But Sakana's dropping once again is going to increase that. And Roydo still in the full combo, same for AFB. Crowley slightly trailing behind, but also a beautiful score at this point. But they do end up dropping. Everyone ends up dropping except for AFB and Roydo. This one is going to be a showdown.
Absolutely, yeah. Whichever one of them misses first, if either of them do, that's going to be a huge blow to the team.
Always so mesmerizing seeing two of the best hidden players in the world just face off and something like this. You see the miss coming in from Hong Kong. Latif Sama is struggling a lot. Button rate is also above 200 combo. That's going to give Philippines even more of a score lead. But they do end up dropping their combo, so once again, only AFB versus Roydo.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing Latif Sama, Sakana, Crowley, and Bunray all struggling a bit, but more or less it seems like Bunray and Crowley doing a bit better, and that's giving us that score advantage we see just slowly creeping further and further as they can build up some combo and get a little bit of score.
Yeah, but the miss coming from Philippines is going to help Hong Kong, but AFB ends up dropping that huge combo first, and that is not what Hong Kong wants. Okay, actually 5 minutes on the board except for Roydo. This is the Roydo show, still holding on to the double as actually a beautiful score coming from him.
Yeah, paying huge dividends here as that score lead just shoots up more and more. Goes right back over the advantage that they lost a bit earlier. We're sitting at a good 75, almost 80,000 score lead.
Yeah, this seems like a really good pick coming out of the Philippines, in fact. Probably jumping once more. Steve Simon trying to build up the combo that's up to rating. Sakura's above 200, so 2 combos above 200 versus 2, but Sakura's up to dropping. No trades coming from Bunray or Roydo. Roydo approaching 4-digit combo mark. Bunray ends up dropping, Kali ends up dropping. But all of this is just going to favor Philippines even more because it's 1 versus 1 and the time is running out, and AV ends up dropping as well. And Roydo right now, this is absolutely insane. Ends up dropping. Finally, they do end up cursing it, unfortunately, but what a beautiful score.
Yeah, cresting 4 digits of combo in a map like this is just impressive.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely given how the rest of the lobby is just struggling so immensely hard except for AOB.
Yeah, and even if B seeming to really be struggling here, maybe a bit frustrated at the ending. but obviously had a very nice combo of his own earlier in the map.
Definitely. Roy had to drop for a second time, unfortunate. But he should still hold on to these single-digit misses. Benry and Crowley ends up beating out Latif Sama and Sakunas by just a bit, and that's be a difference maker for Philippines. 2-0 scoreline. 2 misses coming in from Rodo. That is a score that we are not going to see a lot of people beat this weekend. That is absolutely insane.
Yeah, we need to give him a special slot on the stats spreadsheet.
Yeah, definitely. That's an amazing score from Rodo. Really impressed by this.
So yeah, we're going to be opening it up 0-2. Team Philippines in the lead. It will be Hong Kong's pick next, though.
Yeah, I think Hong Kong might just want to go for mixed mod again. Or actually, I think they will go for mixed mod again. Because they have like a really strong hardcore player being Auto LS and then a really strong hidden player being EFB. But it might just... They could go for double time. They end up banning it, so that would not be a really sensible idea. Perhaps Nomad, but there's quite a lot of commotion about Nomad 2 in particular. Players not feeling all too comfortable in that map, so we might just not see it picked at all. Hard Rock 1 is a really beautiful map in my opinion. We could see that, but...
Hey, there it is.
Oh, Nomad 2 effect! Okay, never mind. Never mind what I said. We are going to see it actually. Alright then.
I was going to say they should do a power play and go for Nomad 1 or Hidden 2, one of the Bunray maps.
Ooh, that would also be, yeah.
Assert dominance.
Yeah, this one, it's your typical Gemzu map, but then not mapped by Gemzu. That's how you could probably describe it. It's a technical Nomad. It's mapped by Reaper, a Dutch mapper. But the map itself, well, it's comparable to all the technical ranked maps that Gemzu has produced quite a lot of. But as people get a side read this, I'm not too certain how they'll be doing. I think Auto LS is probably gonna get close to an FC. Roido as well. But both of these rosters, look, if you look at the screen right now, Auto LS AFB Latif Sama was, well, second best roster from last year, and then Roido, Bunray, Rusty. When Rusty improves over a year, that's also top 3 probably. So these 2 rosters absolutely insane.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how this one's going to go down, especially with you know, all the difficulty around this map that we mentioned. Also curious to see what a Greeper map is going to look like, Gemzu edition.
Yeah, I personally always say like Nomad 2 is just Gemzu's flop, right? Because it's just his style of, well, it's a style he's most known for. And it's most of the time it's also a Gemzu map, right? Last week was the Gemzu map. Not sure if it was the week before, but I do believe it was. So, but this time it's Graper taking that slot. Gemzu did end up mapping the tiebreaker, by the way. We're definitely going to see the tiebreaker because it's a show match, but it's a beautiful, beautiful map. Also mapped by Rusty, in fact, one of the Filipinian players. So that might give Philippines an advantage going into the late stage of this map. We see the first match coming in from Outwas. It's rated by Rusty, but Outwas is not going to see, in fact, a lot of Latif Simons are dropping 2 combos versus 1 actually in the beginning section of this map. As you can see, really technical Nomad.
Yeah, I was going to say it was a pretty big miss from Rusty. He, I think, flew off the screen with a hyper and missed a ton of combo, but not going to matter with all those other misses coming in. Philippines taking the lead for now.
Yeah, 2 combos versus 1 right now, Rodo and Bunray, but we're going to get some drop. Bunray versus Auto LS. That's already a 50,000 score, but Rusty's somewhat struggling on the bottom side. 5 miss coming in, actually. Only FB holding on, but that's going to favor Hong Kong.
You can see that score lead quickly going down towards the middle. Not quite flipping over. Now it is. There we are, flipping over to Hong Kong. AFB putting in the work.
Auto LS being up there supporting Rodo. It's dropping once more. Favor Hong Kong made quite a margin, actually. Let's see, missing once more. Yeah, he's somewhat struggling on this 7-star Nomad pick. Everyone on Hong Kong is stabilized, all above 200 combos, so they're capitalizing by full capacity on these misses from the Philippines. So, beautiful force coming from AFB in particular, actually. You did mention that his hidden is really good, but apparently his nomad is as good as it used to be. Also, since we're dropping ABS, I'm dropping as well. Triple is coming from the Philippines, and no trades from the triple is coming from Hong Kong. My apologies. No missed trades coming in from the Philippines. It's gonna switch it back immediately. Complete meltdown from Hong Kong. The ending section of this map actually.
Oh, that miss from Bunray. I don't know if that's going to be enough to flip it back. It doesn't look like quite. It's going to be really close up down to the end here. Rusty miss was traded by FB though. Unfortunate. So barely stolen away by the Philippines right at the end. Bringing us 0-3.
That was quite the steal coming from the Philippines. That triple miss from Hong Kong was absolutely heartbreaking.
Yeah, you can see Autoless 10 miss, AFB 6 miss, significantly better than like Roido 16 and Bunray 8. But yeah, just that triple miss, really unfortunate timing there, stolen away right at the end.
Yeah, definitely. And now we have to. Well, the Philippines is up 2 breakpoints, right? So Hong Kong does not have the start they would have wanted. But I mean, it's a marathon, not a sprint. There's best of 13, so plenty of time for Hong Kong to break back. But Philippines definitely looking quite strong in the early stage of this match. And now they get to pick: are they going to go for a Bunray map, or are they not going to risk it just yet? They go for a hidden one. That is not the Bunray map; it's a Dave map. Era 8.5, custom map by Dave, and Snow Leopard, this one, I played it yesterday by myself, and I think I got like 94 accuracy. It's really tricky. It's Era 8.5, but the streams feel like they should have been like Era 9. It's like a Diletto map, and then the AR is put to Era 8.5 instead of like Era 9.9 or something, so it's really hard.
That just sounds like a nightmare, especially with hidden applied. And
yeah, also hidden applied as well, yeah.
Yeah. Poor AFB wants to return to the bench, but Bunray saying, nope, you're still playing one more. I'm going to get this hidden pick out here. Going to see Crowley coming back in as well.
Yeah, not an easy map, but we get the first shorter. Actually, never mind. Nomad 2 was also 2 minutes, but this one is also 2 minutes, so we're in that shorter map territory. You see Autolets coming in instead of Latifa Sama for hidden this time. On the Philippines side, no switches. Yeah, this one is not easy. Definitely not easy. As it shouldn't be, right? Because it's finals week. But this one in particular is a map that I personally struggled on quite a lot.
Yeah, we'll have to see how the Philippines can navigate this. Eyes are going to be on Roido and AFB, surely.
Definitely. Also curious to see how Otto is going to perform on the hidden. Primarily known for his hidden capacities, but it's not dislike at it either. And we're getting things on their way, and the streams are going to come soon. Here we go. Sakura's being the first to drop, no trades coming in from. Actually, double is coming from triple is coming from Hong Kong. Bunray still holding on to combo. That's a difference maker right now. For the Philippines, no combos left. And yeah, people are struggling on these streams.
Yeah, can get a nice combo reset there. Sakuna's a little bit ahead of the combo curve from everyone else, but had a bit of a reset there overall. Right now, Roido and Sakuna's facing off.
Yeah, Sakuna's keeping Hong Kong in this one, but Atlas missing in the slower section is going to further increase that lead for the Philippines. About 50,000 points. Roido and Bunray right now with the highest scores on the Philippine side. Sakuna's missing in the slow section as well, so Dome is actually from Hong Kong, and that's not going to help them. Hardest section approaching once again.
Yeah, so far Crowley and Roido helping keep that score growing. Crowley is going to miss. Roido will hold though, and there's no combo for Hong Kong, so that score lead's going to keep going. Roido passing off the torch to Bunray.
Yeah, so it's coming from the Philippines, but there's no combos on Hong Kong to counter. They're just throwing a little bit too much in the ending section of this map. Quarter left, but that score best friends is 200,000 points. All eyes on Roido once again, absolutely cruising to the ending stage of this map. In fact, 200 combo and counting. AFB trying to counter, but ends up dropping seconds into dropping Crowley trading. But Roido is just in the league of his own right now on the hidden pull. Ends up getting about 890,000 points. Whilst the rest of the lobby is just not getting above 800,000. So beautiful performance coming from Roido once again. I think Autolus in particular ended up struggling a little bit more on hidden than anticipated. And that's
he seemed to be doing all right in the beginning, but just couldn't hold it together through the end. Not quite cracking that 600,000. Meanwhile, like you said, everyone else in that 70 to 80,000 range.
Yeah, and that's going to give Philippines a 4th point. So for her scoreline, will we see the first sweep of finals week? We're getting close. We're getting close. But it's Hong Kong's pick. They went for Nomad and barely lost it. They went for Mixed Mod and, well, lost it by a decent margin. So where did they go next? I think Hard Rock double time?
Yeah, I think it's probably going to have to be Hard Rock or Double Time. Mixed Mod probably wouldn't be terrible either, but like you said, they did lose their first Mixed Mod pick. So might be a little safer to go for Hard Rock or Double Time. Don't know if we'll see Double Time just because it doesn't seem like either team was that interested in it. But, I could definitely see a Hard Rock pick coming out here.
Yeah, same. Definitely same. Double Time not the easiest, of course, at this stage either. Definitely because it's a Mixed Mod 1 coming in. Actually, this one is probably the hardest map in the pool. Definitely after Hard is added, this is absolutely insane in difficulty. But that is quite huge for Hong Kong because they have Autolus, right? Probably the strongest or top 3 strongest hard players in the world. So that could I like this pick a lot, in fact. If we had hidden Tusam on the Nomad, that seems like a perfect roster. But on the other hand, Philippines, where do they put Roido? Are they gonna put Roido on the hidden and assure a pretty much guaranteed FC or like a 1 or 2 minutes? Or they're gonna put on the Hard Rock? Then who's gonna play the hidden, right? So
yeah,
kind of a question mark.
I have to imagine they would put Roido on that Hard Rock just because that multiplier is going to make it matter a bit more than the other mods. Looks like we have a Kagamine Rin coming in. Don't know if that's going to be for hidden or if we're going to have Bunray on hidden duty. Bunray has been one of the 3 players for all the hidden maps so far.
I think it's going to be Kagamine Rin on the hidden, in fact. He did play hidden on Mixed Mod 3 as well. And then Bunray on the Nomad and Roido on the Hard. It seems like a fair assessment. This one is 2 minutes 30. So once again a relatively short one, but it's really difficult. It's really difficult. Map by Souvenir. I'm not sure if we've seen a Souvenir map with CWC yet. It ended up mapping Nomad 1 from last year's group stage. Oh, actually, it might be Bunray on the Hard Rock, given how they just switch positions between Bunray and Roido.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if that's how they're going to play it out, but definitely would assume that based on that slot swap.
And then Kagamine Rin on the Nomad? Okay, this was getting spicy. It's just yet.
Yeah, if Roido and AFB are lining up together, I have to imagine that's hidden. So yeah, that would be Nomad for Kagamine Rin.
And then Bunray facing off Autolus on the Hard Rock. Is it going to be the case? It is going to be. Okay, so we had it completely correct. That is well done by us. But Autolus on the Hard Rock facing off Bunray, AFB and the hidden facing off Roido, and then Latifa Sama versus Kagamine Rin on the Nomad. On Mixed Mod 1's met by Souvenir. Custom difficulty for this year's CBUC. Or custom map, rather than even, well, difficulty and map.
Yeah, hopefully the map not going to cause too much despair for our players. It's an intimidating difficulty name.
Yeah, first miss coming from Bunray. Roido also dropping with Sam training one of those. But AFB right now onto holding on to combo and hidden. And that's the only combo left in the lobby already. So that's going to favor Hong Kong and getting section off. Mixed Mod 1. Autolus ends up missing one skin. Bunray not trading. That's going to give them quite a lot of score. But AFB still holding on to the double S. Definitely the most performing player out of Hong Kong at this point in this match. So if he can keep holding on to the combo and his teammates can support him as much as they do, then this could definitely go into Hong Kong's favor. But the team started to drop Kagamine ends up trading and Bunray missing, but AFB dropping that full combo as well. What 2 combos of 200 should favor Hong Kong, actually, given how Autoless is on hard rock.
Yeah, right now, Bunray, Autoless, Latifa, and Kagamine fairly close in score difference, but noticeable AFB doing a bit better than Roido.
Yeah, and Roido is coming from the Philippines, in fact. That scoreboard is going to keep increasing in favor of Hong Kong. AFB, once again, the sole carry for his team. Red Double is coming from his team. SB ends up dropping as well. There's no combos on Philippines to capitalize on these misses, and Turbo is coming from them as well on the slider. People are struggling with this one.
Yeah, we're down to the last quarter again. Want to see if the Philippines are going to steal it away right at the end. Right now, it's looking pretty good for Hong Kong, though.
Yeah, it's a miss coming from the Philippines. That is not what they want. And that's a 150,000 score, my friend. Especially, I mean, all three individuals are beating their counterparts, right? AFB is 70,000 above Roido, Latifa 30,000 above Kagamine, and Auto is about 30,000 above Bunray. So it's a team effort at this point. Philippines not able to get any combo going, right? Bunray above 200 ends up dropping immediately after.
And just Roido now with some combo. Autoless also holding combo though as well, and that Hard Rock's gonna pay off more.
And that's gonna keep favoring Hong Kong, and his maps come to an end. That is Hong Kong's first point on the board. 4-2 scoreline, and 4-1 scoreline, and there we go. Mixed Map 1 getting won by Hong Kong, about 180,000 points, so quite the definite victory.
Yeah, and actually, it looks like Autoless going to be the biggest gap if you compare the same mods across the players there. Didn't start out that way. It was actually Bunray taking a bit of a lead in Hard Rock, but in the end, it is actually Autoless with that biggest difference. So I wonder if we're going to see some Hard Rock picks coming out in the future, because that was a pretty good victory. You know, not only their first point, but by quite a decent margin as well.
Yeah, definitely. And now it's Philippines' pick. It's their time to shine. We still have a hidden map left. That's mapped by Bunray, and it's Air 9.8, so completely different from the hidden that we've seen just yet. There's 3 hard rocks left, 2 double times, 1 mixed mod as well. We see them 2 getting picked either way. So Philippines is just going to completely exhaust the hidden bracket, but they do end up picking the Bunray map. So,
yep, it's time to pull out the Bunray map.
Is it mapper advanced or mapper disadvantaged? I'm not too certain. I'll have to see.
You know, it's really hard to say. It depends on how long it's been since they mapped it. I find a lot of the time, ironically, mappers tend to remember their map worse than some players, especially if it's a map that gives you a lot of PP. You know, the mapper will have spent so much time going over every single note as they're mapping it that they just have not much interest in playing it again all that often. And meanwhile, the players are going to be having a ton of plays on that, trying to get a good score, get some good rank out of it.
Yeah, definitely. The map itself is, 7.36 stars, and it's a really fast pace. It's Air 9.8. It's Roido, Bunray, and Kagamine Rin actually coming to him as well, instead of Crowley, who's used for the lower air hidden. And they're going to face off Autoless, AFB, and Sama. I think that's... Sakimas not being here makes sense because he's like comparable to Crowley in that sense that they only play lower AR hidden for Team Hong Kong, so.
Yeah, like you said, gonna be keeping the same roster. That is quite a high BPM.
Yeah, it just keeps on going. It's absolutely insane. It's comparable to Illness in a sense. It's just a really fast-paced map and then hidden put on. It's really different from the other hiddens we've seen just yet. And actually, is Rusty gonna play instead of Bunray? That is interesting. Or actually, Bunray instead of Roido. Alright, even more interesting.
Alright, yeah. There, Righto gonna be taking a break. We're gonna see your Rusty coming back out.
Yeah, Rusty on the hidden, that is in something we haven't seen a lot, but Air 9.8 hidden is it's pretty much no mob, right? You don't have the time to not see the notes.
Yeah, when you get up to like 9.8, if you're not looking at the top of the screen, then you're not going to read it right anyway. So it negates a lot of hidden.
Definitely. I mean, we're in the first drop. The map is really short, actually, 1 minute 50 only. So early misses are going to hurt more. Autolus and AFB, Autolus and Bunray rather trading. Rusty the only one with Funk combo left actually on the Philippines side, so filling in Roydo's shoes quite nicely.
Yeah, he does have some stiff competition over in Hong Kong though with the 2 SSs.
Definitely, but the map speeds up now. No one being faced actually by the speed up. vv1513596170 being the first to drop. That's one of those 2 combos gone from Hong Kong. No misses coming out from Philippines just yet. AFB still with the double S, but Rusty countering that beautifully. Carmine ends up trading that miss from vv1513596170, but double is coming from Hong Kong. Bunray and Rusty doing beautiful things for our Team Philippines. Bunray had some drop, but that's going to actually still favor Team Philippines, in fact. And Rusty right now, all eyes on Rusty, the only one with any combo. Beautiful score coming from it. Double is coming from Hong Kong, in fact, and Philippines running away with this one.
Yeah, we're seeing everybody struggle to get back into the groove of it, and this is definitely the type of song where if you're in the groove, you can just hit it all, but once you get out of that groove, it's going to be hard to jump back in it. It's just so fast. You got to be in beat.
Yeah, definitely. We're wondering why was Rusty picked for this map, but look at the man go. Double S ends up dropping right off the spinner, but that's a beautiful score actually coming from Rusty. Bunray also above 500. Autolus actually as well, but that score was getting a little bit close, but Dub is coming out from Hong Kong is not going to help them.
Yeah, really unfortunate. Rusty missing there, but a beautiful score nonetheless.
Yeah, complete reset coming across the board, but that score is only 20,000 points, so Philippines have to watch out, but Hong Kong side not able to build any combo, and it's going to favor Philippines. That's about a victory at 10,000 points, but this was really close. But Rusty, in particular, and Bunray as well, with the 8 miss on her own map. That is mapper advantage for this one, definitely. Kagamini Rin does end up struggling quite a bit, but so does Latifah. And that's going to make it 5-1 in favor of Team Philippines.
Yeah, I definitely think that would have been Rusty MVP there, but Bunray actually having the higher score in the end, just because you can see on that performance graph for Rusty, just fell apart completely once he kind of slipped out of sync with it for a minute there. He did recover by the end, though.
Yeah, it ends up dropping 45 notes in that last quarter of the map. So as you said, if you lose rhythm, you're it just snowballs out of hand from that point. And we see how they're getting picked immediately by Team Hong Kong.
Yeah, I like this pick here.
Yeah, so do I. This one is probably one of the easier maps from the pool as well, at least from general perception that I've seen from thus far. So I think this is quite a nice reset for Hong Kong to try and get that second point on the board.
Yeah, we'll have to see if, oh yeah, I was about to say, we'll see if Roydo's coming back in. I would have to imagine so, and yeah, we can see it there in the chat. Roydo coming in for some sight reading.
Always a pleasure to sight read artwork.
Seems like AFB is also going to be standing in for this Hard Rock pick, and supposedly also sight reading.
Yeah, Latifah and Alta staying in as well, and Roydo and Kagmin are in actually as well. So no Rusty or no Crowley as it, or Kiel. Actually, we haven't seen Kielzu. I just realized. So no Kielzu either, which is most of the times Philippines' third player, right? He just hasn't showed up yet, actually. So that's interesting. But Kagmini choosing that hidden with the hard rock save for AFB just only gives... It's only for reading purposes, does not give any score bonus whatsoever. We're with the first miss fairly early on with Latifah as well.
Yeah, so far a little bit of a shaky start for Roydo and Latifah, especially Latifah. Everyone else doing fairly well. Roydo finding some more misses now, though.
Yeah, those threes are just creating all the time at this point, but that's going to favor Hong Kong slightly, but that's going to go away that favor due to the miss from vv1513596170. Somewhat struggling, but Camini Rin into dropping as well. That's 2 combos versus 1. Bunray, once again, the soul carry for the Philippines. AFB into dropping as well. Autolus versus Bunray, but Roy is buff 200, so Autolus versus Roydo, there's so many misses happening all the time, it's really hard to commentate. That's actually going to slightly favor Hong Kong, but this difference is really minor, and it's about halfway through. It's quite a short map, in fact.
Yeah, just barely over 2 minutes. We can see that score staying right by the middle, flipping back and forth as we see some misses coming out. It's kind of auto LS versus Roydo right now. Roydo's going to fall, though. Score still over the Philippines.
Yeah, Kangmi Rin buff 2 in combo. The Hong Kong teammates are just not able to support Autolus as much as he wants, and Kangmi Rin is just completely countering him. The Autolus still with the double S. Yeah, this is definitely something that's right into his ballpark. If his teammates can hold on to combo, as soon as they say that, though, they do end up double missing. It's going to favor Philippines. 1 miss coming in out of Bunray, but Kangmi Rin also buff fire with combo, definitely showing up for this one. Up dropping, but Roydo's above 200 combo, so there's constantly someone above 200 combo completely negating Autolus, and Autolus ends up dropping the SS as well, and that is not what Hong Kong needs.
Yeah, we're almost out of map now, and Philippines, like you said, they've just been keeping someone on combo, and that's what Hong Kong has been struggling with. AFB and Latifah Sama just couldn't hold combo throughout most of that. And there we are. That's going to be another point for Team Philippines.
Autolus with the 1 miss, actually. That's a beautiful performance. But Bunray with 7 miss. I mean, Bunray has definitely played quite nicely today, and same for Kagami Rin, actually. Not so, most of the times overlooked as that third hardcore player, but played beautifully for the Philippines. But that's actually 6 match points for for the Team Philippines. So Hong Kong, the second place finish from last year, definitely struggling on this finals pool.
Yeah, and actually, as we mentioned, that good play from Kagamine Ren is actually Kagamine Ren and Bunray outperforming Roydo on that hard rock pick, which is not something you'd usually expect.
Yeah, definitely. That's I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I mean, Roydo's score is good, but yeah, Bunray and just stepping up.
Yeah, I was about to comment on the fact that we still haven't seen Kelzu. It's also interesting because, I mean, if you take a look at the Philippines roster, you'd probably put Kelzu as a third player, or might be Rusty at this point, but might not be available. And they go for Nomad 1. Philippines pick another Bunray map. There we go.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were saving them for the end to secure those last points. They are at match point now, so they could steal it all away with this last Bunray map.
Yeah, definitely. I'm assuming Rusty's gonna be that third player for Team Philippines.
I would imagine so, but what if Crowley? Crowley Nomad, that would be a sight to see.
That would be beautiful. I think Crowley's in the chat. Yeah, he definitely is. Crowley, come on, man. Hop on in. Play some Undertale.
Come on, Crowley. Let's go!
No way. Okay, you guys say so. That's amazing.
Let's go.
7.24 stars. 4 minutes in length, but ends up dropping out. So yeah, I think Rusty's gonna come in. Oh, Kagamine and Rin, in fact, so that is interesting to see, given how they're pretty much a hidden-only player, so putting them on a Nomad, interesting choice by the Philippines. But honestly, if looking at this Philippines roster and how they've performed and how they've been able to switch out players left and right, they seem really, really strong. It's quite unfortunate that they did just not sign up this year, because, I mean, Kagamine Rin is most of the times not their main third player, and has been playing brilliantly. Rusty as well in that hidden pick, especially Roydo and Aloy are hidden. Bunray showing up as well. This Philippines roster is seeming really, really strong this year. But, well, I mean, would have been really, really strong this year. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. So yeah, no Crowley Nomad, but I do appreciate him hopping in for the gag. We are going to see Kagamine Rin filling in that third slot.
Yeah, 6 match points for Philippines. Curious to see they can convert the first one on a map of one of their players. Beginning section of this map is quite easy. It does get a little bit harder soon.
Yeah, there we are, jumping right into it. We can see Roydo finding that first miss.
Yeah, Kagmin may find that second actually, so that's gonna help Hong Kong in the beginning section of this map. Kagmin even cruising quite a lot. Bunray cruising on the road map. Double miss coming from Hong Kong actually, that's gonna negate those misses from Philippines. Once again, Autolus versus Bunray.
Yeah, Bunray doing just fine on their own map. AutoLS, though, with the SS actually outperforming Bunray just by a little bit.
Yeah, Roydo ends up missing once again, and all players from Hong Kong are above 200, and completely missed the fact that Hong Kong has such huge lead build-up due to the fact all players are above 200 combo. Kangmin and Rin somewhat struggling, but Roydo especially actually, uncharacteristically so, struggling a little bit more than anticipated on this Bunray map.
Yeah, the mapper advantage might backfire here. Bunray doing just fine, but needs a team to help him out.
Yeah, double miss once again coming from Philippines. This pick is not looking too spicy at this point. 130,000 score difference and counting, right? Hong Kong is cruising right now. Beautiful performance coming from them. Bunray and Alto still holding on to the FC. Approaching the halfway point, but Roydo especially trailing behind Bunray by about 100,000 score. That's not characteristic of them. So missing once again, Carmina Rin train. All players above 700 combo, except actually AFB ends up dropping it, but Latif Sama stepping up his game for this Noma 1 pick. Alto is still with the FC, Bunray still with the FC, but that's just constantly 2. But Bunray is currently a 2v1, unfortunately. That's much for us to pull out, but
yeah, I was going to say, AFB's drop is going to help a little bit, but oh no, Bunray missing now. That is going to be tragic for T Philippines. It's got Kamine Rin and Roydo both not at 200 yet.
That miss is also at a tragic point in the map, right? That's not the type of place you want to miss in the slowest section of the map. But AutoLS above the 4-digit combo, Sama ends up dropping as well, so no combo on the board except for AutoLS.
Yeah, FB just getting above 200 combo now. Kagmine Rin on his heels.
Ends up dropping though. And that's already a 200,000 score difference, so I don't think there's any potential for Philippines to come back from this. But all eyes on AutoLS actually in the bottom left, on the top left, if he's going to be able to bring home the FC. Ended up dropping at least a single droplet, but accuracy and passive beat are not the two things that go well together, and they don't really matter. For scoring wise, so it's still a beautiful performance coming from AutoLS. Roydo finally stepped up his game, but might be just a little bit too late.
Yeah, the massive score lead.
Yeah, this is quite the massacre coming out from Hong Kong. Riding that AutoLS way, but his teammates as well, above 815,000 already, whilst Roydo and Kangmin Rin are just barely above 700,000. So I think he might actually be bringing home the FC AutoLS. Ending section is relatively slow, I do believe. Actually, I take that back, but he ends up bringing home the FC.
Can he do it? Oh, he did get spinner trapped. I think he did it. There we are. AutoLS proving that mapper advantage isn't always everything. Really kind of hard carrying his team there. No, maybe not hard carry. I mean, AFB and Latif Sama both playing beautifully as well. But beautiful FC from AutoLS nonetheless. And yeah, second point for Hong Kong, saving themselves from a loss.
Yeah, AutoLS putting quite a lot of score, but AFB also outscoring the entire Philippines team, and then Latif Sama getting beaten by Bunray by about 10,000 points. But Roydo and Kagmine Rin just, not their. This is not their greatest run, let's put it that way. 6-2. We saw a 6-2 comeback last weekend. Just putting it out there. We're waiting Hong Kong's pick next. Nomad 3. So we're going to go for Convert Nomad. We haven't seen any converts after those first 2 maps, but we do end up going for converts now. Air 9.8, 3 minutes 40 and like so lengthy converts once again.
Yeah, we're not seeing any immediate roster swaps yet. We'll have to see if those are gonna stick there. We did just get off of a Nomad, so I would imagine it probably will.
Yeah, I could see Rusty coming in.
True, yeah.
But doesn't seem to be the case just yet. Roido and Bunray are most definitely gonna stay in, and then Otwell and AFB as well. vv1513596170 gonna fill in that 3rd slot, and I think Kakamina Rain is also staying in. Might not be the best decision coming out for the Philippines, given Kakamina Rain especially struggled quite a lot on Nomad 1.
Yeah, actually, as you mentioned, that Hong Kong Team Philippines have some characteristics we see from a lot of teams where they have the 2 like really solid players, where you can really just kind of rotate out the 3rd player. But unlike a lot of teams that struggle at this, Hong Kong and Philippines both have a lot of really good 3rd players to rotate in.
Yeah, definitely. Especially on the Philippines side. I think that is the reason why they're 6-2 ahead, due to the fact that they are quite versatile, in fact.
Roido inspiring confidence in his team, saying they're all sight reading it and he's gonna fail, but we'll see about that. I've seen quite a bit of that in the chat here and there, and then people proceed to just have amazing plays, so can never take that at face value. Rusty is going to be coming in, though, for Team Philippines.
Yeah, Rusty going to make his reappearance in this match. I think that is a beautiful substitute coming out of the Philippines. 3 minutes 40 in length. Let's keep in mind, Philippines match point, so Hong Kong cannot afford to lose one more map for the remainder of this match.
Yeah, they're going to be under quite a bit of pressure to make sure they get every single point here.
Yeah, early trades coming out of AFB and Roido. The D-Salmon dropping is going to favor the Philippines. But yeah, as we said, 3 minutes 40 in length. Plenty of room. And I think Altolus is warmed up because once again, he's still combo on his team. Russians are dropping though, so slight advantage for the Hong Kong players. And four-way miss on the bottom side. Beautiful synchronous. And then Roido versus Altolus above to him, combo both of them.
Yeah, Roido seems like he's kind of gotten back to the groove of things. Well, he does find a miss there, but overall looking pretty solid. Altolus will trade it.
Yeah, Altolus finding his first miss of the map rather. That score difference, yeah, it's a tiny buffer, about 10,000 points with that early combo from Altolus, but that's the only difference maker really. Roido trying to catch up as much as he can. Damage ready, missed on the bottom slide. Slight combo advantage for Philippines, I do believe. Actually, 2 players above 2 and then Roido's the only one. But if he ends up dropping, Rusty ends up trading it. Once again, these teams are so evenly matched they even miss at the same points. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, it's like a perfect mirror across the screen where Latifa, Sama, and Bunray synced up with, and then AFB, Rusty, Altolus, and Roido.
Yeah, but a dumb miscue from Philippines right before the break, that's going to favor Hong Kong quite a bit. And they're finally going to be able to capitalize on these misses and going to build some score. And Roido dropping as well, no combos on the Philippines roster, complete meltdown from them in the middle section of this map.
Yeah, we're seeing that.
Slower section as well.
Yeah, we're going to see that score difference growing for the first time of the map, at least in a major way. It's been pretty close so far and getting a lot bigger now with that triple miss from Philippines.
Yeah, 1 miss coming out of the sound, but that's already 1,000 score difference due to that triple miss, as you said. Triple miss is always kind of brutal. And Altolus and AFB are so confident right now. Roido and Rusty are matching that though, but that score gap is already quite huge. And the miss coming out of Rusty, betrayed by vv1513596170 immediately. But they need Altolus or AFB to drop combo here.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's Bunray and Rusty finding misses again. AFB does drop with Latifa Sama, so back again to just combo with Adolas and Roido. It's not what they wanted, but I mean, if they were going to find misses, at least they got the trades. Roido missing, though, that is going to hurt more as Adolas now cruising above 800 combo.
Yeah, two points coming out of the Philippines, and Autoless right now, once again, it's Autoless Cho. He's finally stepped up his game, and is a huge difference maker for Team Hong Kong.
Yeah, Hong Kong was looking a bit rough in the beginning of this match, but they're really starting to make a comeback here.
Yeah, Autoless approaching, I'm already above 1,000 combo on a Nomad counter, not an easy task. Beautiful performance coming in, and then dropping with Roido. There's no combos on the Philippines to trade, or to counter rather, and the map's come to an end. It's going to be a third point for Team Hong Kong. We're still in this one already. Have to have dodged 2 match points, 4 to go. They are giving us worth for our money, right?
Yeah, and another big score advantage there to take that victory, over 200,000. So Hong Kong looking like they've finally kind of warmed up and are back into it. It's going to be Team Philippines' pick now, though. They have another shot at trying to close it out. They'll probably have actually 2 more if they continue losing points, including this one that they have right now.
Indeed. The Alpha is only with 2, and it's beautiful performance coming in from him. But where does Philippines take this? So we still have 1 Nomad Comrade left, but they just got destroyed on 1, so they're not going to pick it. They're still Hard Rock 1 left, or Hard Rock 3, and then Comrade Double Time and Mixed Mod 2. Things are running out. We're approaching the latter stage of this match, and then it gets kind of tricky to pick things because, oh yeah, there's not a lot of options left.
Yeah, I definitely imagine Team Philippines was planning on closing out the match with those Bunray maps, but those are exhausted now, so they're going to have to figure something out. It's going to be Mixed Mod 2.
I think that's a reasonable pick coming out from the Philippines.
Yeah, they did win that first Mixed Mod pick, and we're looking pretty decent on the other one.
Yeah, AR9 Mad Dive FD Florida, I believe it's a custom map. And I think you can already hear it, the song, it's quite wiggly, I assume. But we see Rusty gonna stay in for the Nomad, I do believe. Then Bunray on, or maybe Nurse gonna hidden actually, we'll have to see, and then Roido on the Hard Rock.
Yeah, that's what the slots would seem to indicate so far, which it's really interesting to see Team Philippines just really show off that wide skill set that they have as they can just keep rotating players around. Not only do they have enough players to rotate in, but even within the same players, they can just move around mods.
Yeah, they seem so versatile. It's absolutely incredible to see. In fact, Bunray ends up perhaps being switched out for, I would say, perhaps Crowley? Never mind. She's going to go for the Hard Rock, and then Roido on the Nomad, and then Rusty on the Hidden. Or perhaps Rusty. They're switching things up. They're kind of showing off right now. Like, hey guys, we can do anything we want. You wouldn't even be able to guess it. And they do end up going for Roido Hidden. Crowley Nomad. Wait.
Crowley Nomad, right, let's go.
It's getting spicy over here. It's getting spicy.
I mean, Team Philippines, if they want to go for that, they do have that cushion of they're just 1 point away from victory. So they'll have another map pick if they lose this, so they can afford to throw Crowley in here.
Yeah, so Crowley's gonna go for the hidden, and then Roido for the Nomads. Don't try. This is quite interesting, because they're just showing off at this point. Like, yeah, we can put in anyone; it doesn't really matter to us.
Okay.
Right.
Crowd.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of how would you say, impressed by the amount of switching the teams did. kind of hard to process at this point, but we do end up seeing Bunry on the hard rock, Royd on the Nomad, Crowley on the hidden, facing off Altolas on the hard rock, AFB on the hidden, and Latif Sama on the Nomad. So unexpected roster, and Roydo has played 3 mixed mod maps, has played 1 on hard rock, 1 on hidden, and 1 on Nomad. That is quite the feat.
Yeah, Crowley Chaotic is always actually deciding that no, bottom right is going to be the hidden slot now. So
Yeah.
we're going to see AFB swap over to play hidden against Crowley.
Yeah, Crowley being the first to drop. In fact, also as well with the early miss, Latif Sama dropping. But yeah, this is not an easy map, and Bunry and the hard rock dropping. Roydo drop. No combos left on the Philippines side. And AFB once again to get rid of Auto Unless. Building on to combo. Yeah, all players of Philippines somewhat struggling, in fact, especially Crowley on the hidden. AFB finally trading, but he is already at 90,000 score advantage over Crowley, and then Alto Alessa is just showing up right now. Bunry totally not able to match that. I think Roydo's matching Latif Sama quite nicely, but look at that score difference. That's already 250,000 points. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, this definitely doesn't seem like a pick that Team Philippines wanted to go for. They may have just run out of maps that they wanted to pick, and were hoping they would get the match over by now. So, yeah, we're just seeing quite a slaughter, as we're about 400,000 score advantaged for Hong Kong.
Yeah, this is quite the massacre, I would say. Altolas right now, beautiful performance, ends up dropping though, but that score difference is 400,000 points. Crowley on the hidden, especially struggling quite a lot at 91 accuracy. Not able to catch any of these wiggles, actually. AFB still on to an S rank on it, and beautiful performance of Latif Sama as well. Altolas especially beating Bunray by 250,000 points. That's absolutely insane.
Yeah, just Philippines really struggling hard here. We did see some of those earlier misses from Hong Kong, but overall, just really good performance out of them. S ranks all around. Meanwhile, only a single S rank coming out for Philippines.
I like how Roydo said to Crowley, "You have to have seen this one, right?" And then Crowley proceeds to 93 missed, sadly.
It's a C for Crowley.
C for Crowley. Definitely not his my laptop screwing me up, no cap. Poor fella. Happens from time to time. Autoless with the Tremas, though, that is once again. I mean, at this rate, we're not surprised when Autoless does these type of things, but he just does them right. No, it's absolutely insane.
Yeah. Autoless really, one of the best of the biz at these kind of maps in these higher stage tournaments, and I mean, you can see it right there, breaking the 1 million mark on that with Hard Rock. Very impressive.
Yeah, we're gonna go for Nomad 4, 2 minutes in length, the other Nomad Convert. I think this is the best pick coming out of Hong Kong. It's their last pick. Let's also keep it in mind. Philippines do have the honor to pick the last map, and were they to lose this one as well. But yeah,
and we see Crowley Nomad. They have to break the curse now.
We've seen Philippines already losing 3 match points, and Autolas has finally put his foot on the gas, so this might go to tiebreakers. No, actually. They're following the script. It looked kind of sketchy in the beginning, but they are finally following the script.
Yeah, we did say we're going to be seeing a tiebreaker one way or another, but joke's on you. It's just going to happen naturally.
Yeah, curious to see who's going to be the third player for Team Philippines. I would assume, actually, Rusty to come on in. Kielzu probably not available. It would be nice if Crowley, for example, could acknowledge that in the chat. Where's Kielzu gone to? Is he just not around, not feeling it? Or is he Kagminian actually coming in instead of Rusty? So Kagminian filling in that third Nomad slot.
Yeah, so Kagminian, though, going to be a good third player for this map as well, though. But like you said, would be nice to see Kielzu coming in.
Yeah, Kielzu apparently is busy rather. as Crowley pointed out in the chat. So that's kind of unfortunate for Team Philippines. It's answering the question in the chat. In CDC, it's a little bit different, where we also have converged difficulties, right? So 2 of the maps are specific CTB maps, and then 2 of them are actually stand-up maps converted. And then Nomad 4 is always a converted technical, and then Nomad 3 is more of a consistency-based converted map. So this one is actually a technical map, but it's actually like a converted technical map comparison to the technical map that Nomad 2 is from a specific pool. We see early drops coming in from quite a few players. 5 wave miss actually only belong to Kamo, but it's going to favor Hong Kong, in fact.
Yeah, so again, Hong Kong taking a bit of an early lead here. Not quite as huge as some of the others, but it is starting to grow. AutoLS carrying the team once more.
Yeah, definitely. About a 70,000 score advantage for Team Hong Kong, in fact. AutoLS above 300 combo. Banwei being the lowest combo in the lobby is going to keep favoring Hong Kong, and already halfway into this map. Let's see if Simon's drop traded by Roydo. Camino traded by AutoLS. AFB versus Banwei right now. But Philippines needs drops from Hong Kong. They're not traded by their own players right now.
Yeah, they're seeing the drops from Hong Kong, but they're just trading them, and Bunray now gonna fall as well. AutoLS gonna fall. AFB holding the combo though.
6-wave miss from everyone, complete reset. But Hong Kong has a 60,000 score buffer and there's only a quarter left. Philippines need to step up their game right now. Kangmini missing no trades coming out from Hong Kong is going to further increase that, and that looks really good pick coming out from Hong Kong actually. Double miss, triple miss coming from Philippines, double miss coming from Hong Kong, but AutoLS managing to keep all to combo, and I mean, I think they already have this one wrapped up. About an 8 left of the map. Thomas coming again from Philippines, and is this going to be Hong Kong getting their 5th point on the board, winning 4 maps on the spin? AutoLS just showing up at this point. Beautiful performance coming from him.
Yeah, so it looks like Hong Kong went for the not quite reverse sweep, but more or less reverse sweep strategy here. They just need 1 more point to fulfill the prophecy and bring us to tiebreaker.
Yeah, we're this tiebreaker is getting kind of close actually. It looked kind of one-sided in the beginning, but Hong Kong stepping up when they needed it. 5-6.
Yeah. Perhaps Hong Kong just not doing enough planning on what maps to pick, but now that we're getting into the other half of the map pool that Philippines didn't want, we're really seeing them shine.
Yeah, definitely. We're awaiting Philippines' last pick of the map match. We have 2 hard rocks and 2 double times left, so we're gonna see something completely new. Hard Rock 1 would be my suggestion, given how the song is absolutely amazing. But I could see Philippines. Well, there's only 1 specific left, being Hard Rock 1. And then all of the maps are Comrades, and they do go for Hard Rock 1. Thank you very much, Bunray. Beautiful song, map by Grape once again, also the mapper of Nomad 2. First I played this map, there's a converted set of it as well, and I believe it was picked in your tournament AXS, one of those difficulties from this map set, so that's where I first heard the song. It's absolutely a banger, definitely.
Yeah, Megan Echo, one of the earlier featured artists, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that could definitely be the case. We see Rusty coming in for oh my goodness, we see Rusty coming in for Hard Rock. For Team Philippines, so not something we're used to. Once again, most of the time it's either Kiels or Kagamine or Rin, but Rusty, as already pointed out a couple of times, has improved quite a lot over the past year. So I think that we can definitely expect quite great things come out of Rusty. Bunray, always a great hard rock player, Rodio as well. And then AFB staying in for Team Hong Kong on the hard rock as well, so I think this is the best pick that Philippines could have picked, but all momentum is on the Hong Kong side, so curious to see if we'll be going to a tiebreaker either way, but if it's going to be a tiebreaker to decide the match or just a tiebreaker for show is what is going to happen, is what we're going to look out for now.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to say Team Philippines are going to take a point here, as that, you know, it's their map pick, but they have lost their last couple map picks in a row. It does really seem like they kind of ran out of maps that they wanted to pick. So could go Hong Kong.
Yeah, I also got that impression where they just run out of steam and out of maps. And Hong Kong, especially on the backs of Autolus and AFB, have been performing tremendously in the last couple of picks. Hard Rock 1 is going to be the last pick of this match. Philippines trying to convert their 5th match point. Hong Kong trying to bring it to a tiebreak. Dom is coming from Philippines. Earlier fans once again on the Hong Kong side, which has been quite the dynamic of this match rather. Autolus ends up trading one of those misses, but Rusty especially is somewhat struggling on the bottom right corner. Relativa Sama still holding on to the double S. His teammate AFB still holding on to the FC as well. It's giving Hong Kong quite the advantage early on.
Yeah, the mapping for this song, about what I'd expect. It's going to be very jumpy with a lot of just heavy streams thrown in there, like the one we saw Roido miss.
Yeah, AFB ends up dropping once as well, but bun rate, no combos above 200 for the Philippines, and look at that score, and it's already 100,000 points. They seem quite confident on this pick, actually. Latifah Sama right now, the only one full combo. Double is coming from Philippines, only one from Hong Kong. Good keep favoring. Actually, Latifah Sama ends up dropping with Autolus versus Roido. But that score difference is 120,000 points already, only according to this map. AFB ends up trying quite a bit with Rusty, especially also at 96 accuracy, actually. Not the hard performance he would have hoped for at this point.
Yeah, Roido keeping Philippines in the race, but that's still a big gap that they got to fill. And either Rusty or Bunray is going to have to start holding combo to help that out.
Yeah, the thing is, what Hong Kong's been doing over the past couple of maps is just get an early advantage and then let Autolus steamroll the rest of the map. And it's been doing once again, right? Last pick, he only 2 missed, I believe that no one combo. Actually, I'm not too certain, but he's been the one that held on to combo for the longest for his team after they managed to get an early lead. And once again, it's the same case. We see Dumbus coming from Hong Kong, so it's going to decrease that score even. Bunray trading once. Rusty and Roido are above 200. The Autolus 1,000 combo and counting.
Yeah, we get into some of the harder sections of the map here where the jumps are just getting very frequent.
Yeah, this is the best part of the song. Bunray and Latifah Sama end up trading misses, but that's just going to favor Hong Kong, right? Philippines running out of time. AFB ends up dropping a trade by Rusty immediately. Autolus versus Roido. Philippines need Autolus to drop. Latifah Sama ends up dropping once, but Bunray is just not able to hold on to any combo. Somewhat swirling. AFB ends up dropping. Dumbus coming in from Hong Kong, but Autolus right now. Roido doing everything he can, but his teammates are not able to support him. Already ends up dropping. No combo on the Philippines side, and Autolus 1,500 combo and counting. And Hong Kong are looking to get us to a tiebreaker in this show match. Misses coming from AFB and Latifah Sama, definitely starting the ending section of this map. Rusty and Roido trading. Bunray no combo. Autolus. It's all eyes on Autolus right now. And the one miss, 1 million score ends up dropping, but the damage has been done, and we are going to a tiebreaker in the very first match of this finals weekend. A 6-1 comeback coming out of the Hong Kong team. And this is absolutely insane. That is a beautiful performance coming in from Hong Kong. 3 miss coming out of Autolus. Rusty with an S rank as well, but yeah, this is just Autolus diff, I would say.
Yeah, just like look at the miscount from everybody and then look at AutoLS. It's just, there's no competition there. It's just Auto being Auto.
Yeah, it's just Auto being Auto. This is actually a show match. As it said on the top of the screen, this is not an actual finals match. Both of the teams have not. Hong Kong did not participate this year. Philippines did not qualify, but both teams had a really strong showing last year, and that's why they're invited to go onto the stage this time. And they're gonna give us the tiebreaker, which is Mad by Rusty, which is one of the Filipinian players. So mapper advantage thinking, but honestly, Hong Kong has been absolutely destroying Philippines in the last sections of this match rather.
Yeah, well,
coming back to 6-1.
We'll have to see if we get the mapper advantage here or not. We saw on the first Bunray map, it definitely seemed like mapper advantage. Then the second one, it just crumbled for Philippines, and Hong Kong took a pretty good victory there. So this is, we're kind of 1 for 2 with mapper advantage. We do have the Rusty map, like you said, and also co-mapped by Gemzu, another Philippines player.
Yeah, indeed. The thing is, Philippines was a leading 5-0, I do believe, and Hong Kong has managed to get to a 6-6 scoreline, so that's really good from Hong Kong.
Yeah, they definitely have the momentum. Definitely looking good to try and take the victory here, but it's really anyone's game at this point. Hopefully for Team Philippines, there's not too much momentum over on Hong Kong's side.
Yeah, I think Altoles especially has been the difference maker on the Hong Kong side. The Philippines just lacking that one consistent carry. The Saltina Sam and AFB have been matched quite nicely by all three Philippines players, but then Altoles is just in a league zone at this point, so they need someone to step up for this tiebreak. It could be Rusty. He mapped most of part of this, but it could also be Roido or Bunray. Bunray, especially quite a fantastic player. I remember her having the PP record actually on Megalovania Hard Rock back in the day, which was 2,000 points. We see FB going for the hidden only for reading purposes, does not give any score bonus. Always want to point that out because there are some people that do not know the scoring system in Catch and how it just doesn't really matter whether you not play with hidden or not. Roido, Rusty, and Bunry trying to convert the 6th and last match point for Hong Kong. Altoles for Philippines, Altoles, AFB, and Latif Sama trying to win 6 maps on the spin and pull out the biggest. I mean, last week we had Canada coming back from a 6-2. This week we might see Hong Kong actually coming back from a 6-1. So I remember saying last week that's the biggest comeback we've ever seen at CWC stage. Well, Hong Kong might just one of that right now. But being the first to go out for Philippines is going to give early advantage to Hong Kong, in fact.
Yeah, so Hong Kong had the spin advantage right off the bat there, but that's not going to matter with that miss from Bunray. That being said, a 5-minute map, there's still plenty of time to make score as we see Roido finding his first miss.
Yeah, definitely. This map is beautiful in my opinion. The song as well is quite fitting for a tiebreaker. And we see Hong Kong, all three of them above Fire combo, definitely feeling relatively comfortable on this one, or at least in the beginning section, but it does end up getting quite harder after this snappy slider section.
Latif Sama now finding a miss, no trade coming from Philippines, so they'll claw that score difference back towards the center line.
Yeah, all players holding on to come in this hard section. At least 7 first to drop. It's going to favor Philippines and it's going to switch back right over actually. AB dropping, no trades coming out of the Philippines. Rusty still at the full combo, but Bunray and actually Roido ends up missing once, but it's 2v1 still. Rusty and Bunray, Rusty above 1,000 combo, same for Altoles. And this is mapper advantage, ladies and gentlemen. Mapper buff coming in, definitely. AFB dropping Roido and Sama trading, but that's going to favor Philippines.
Yeah, Latif Sama struggling quite a bit here, and it's doing quite a bit of damage. Rusty now finding a miss as well, but Bunray above that 4-digit combo. Autoles will be taking Bunray on in that, but not going to matter too much because the rest of the Philippines just outperforming right now.
In the slower section, it's not the place you want to miss. Rusty as well actually didn't end up missing the slower section after catching that burst there a little bit earlier on, but all three from Philippines buff 2 and combo, full damage right now. Scoring just about 1 miss, I do believe, or perhaps 1.5 misses separating these two teams. Alto is still in the double, is actually in the top side, and we are speeding things up once again, and all players are catching. A double is coming from Hong Kong, no trades from the Philippines, and finally, Philippines are building quite the advantage. Alto is doing everything he can for his team, and his team is struggling. And he ends up dropping his ultimate is coming from Hong Kong. No trades coming out for the Philippines. Roido, Rusty, and Bunray. Beautiful scores from all three, catching the entire difficult section. And look at that scoreboard logo for the Philippines. Are they able to convert the 6th match point finally on the tiebreaker?
Yeah, the Philippines map coming out, and Team Philippines waking up, doing great here against Hong Kong.
Yeah, Bunray looking at 1,007 combo and counting. Beautiful performance coming from them. Rusty and Roido as well. AFB dropping once more. Alto is also not no longer holding on to the FC. That's 100,000 score difference in favor of the Philippines. And actually, this is quite a dominant showing. Trading misses coming out from Roido and Latif Sama. Bunray dropping that huge combo. It should decrease the score, but they need more misses. Rusty approaching 1,000 combo once again. The definitely showing up for his team in this one.
Yeah, Rusty now, like you said, above that 1,000 combo. I think Roto, the only one who hasn't quite got there yet, but he's had some pretty big combos himself. Meanwhile, Hong Kong now all above 200 combo, so that score difference is going to be locked in until we see another miss, and it's going to be Rusty.
Yeah, that's going to help them, but they need more. They did triple miss when Philippines were not trading those, so I think they need one more miss or two more misses coming out from the Philippines. And this is a slow section. AFB ends up dropping the slow section. That's not going to help them. Trading that miss from Rusty. Ottawa still on the one miss, I do believe so. Beautiful performance coming from him once again. But ends up dropping. No trades from the Hong Kong side. AFB ends up dropping as well. They need Rodo and Rusty to drop a combo. Latif Sama about 600. Ottawa ends up dropping instead. That's going to favor Philippines, and they've quite the buffer. Latif Sama, no combos on the Hong Kong side. Rusty trading with Rodo right now, and Bunray both of them above 200. Bunray, the only one above 200. Countered by AFB. A couple of misses coming from all players in this hardest section, but that's 100,000 score difference, and they need. They're running out of time actually, and I think Philippines might have done it.
Yeah, we're approaching the outro section here. Unless there's any crazy parts at the end, it looks like Team Philippines might be taking it.
Philippines finally able to convert the last possible match points, and they will be winning this show match 7-6. But they made it get way closer than they would have liked. Hong Kong almost getting the biggest comeback ever on this stage, but sadly failing at the last stop. Ottawa still MVPing, but Rusty 6 misses on his own map. Beautiful performance coming from Rusty.
Yeah, a bit tragic for Hong Kong to fight their way all the way back to tiebreaker and then end up losing. But, I mean, really great performance out of them, and definitely goes to show that, it wasn't just, the Philippine team is, destroying Hong Kong. That's how it looked in the beginning. But, once we got to that other half of the map pool, Hong Kong really came back, and it was anyone's game there. But, great performance all around, and congratulations to Team Philippines for winning our finals show match.
Yeah, definitely. Here are your once again your winners: Bunray, Rodo, Rusty, Kelzu, Kagmani, Rin, and Crowley. Team Philippines 2021 edition, featuring in the 2022 World Cup. But yeah, the beautiful performance coming from Philippines, and I think that this I hope that this tiebreaker finals match is how would you say it, a showcase of how the rest of the matches are going to go, because I do believe the rest of the matches are going to be really close as well.
Yeah, if you guys didn't see the prediction stream earlier today, or I guess perhaps tomorrow or yesterday, oh my lord, yesterday, depending on your time zone, we did predict quite a few close matches and a couple tiebreaker matches. So hopefully this show match was a little taste of what we have in store this weekend. That first one going to be Indonesia versus Canada in about 7 hours.
Yeah, Indonesia and Canada being a loser bracket match, so the loser of that one is going to get knocked out in 56th spot, and then Korea, China facing off tomorrow, USA, France, and then the winner of Indonesia, Canada is going to face off the winner of USA, France as well tomorrow. So we have 4 matches coming up for you guys, but this one was a really early show match. The next match is at 16:30 UTC, if I'm not mistaken, so plenty of time to catch some rest and do some schoolwork and all that. But either way, we'd like to thank Team Philippines and Team Hong Kong for playing in this show match and giving us worth for our money. Beautiful comeback potential from Hong Kong and beautiful performance from Philippines all around. Snow, thank you for hopping in at around 4 a.m. or something. I do believe it is right now, or 3:30.
Yeah, about 3:30.
always a pleasure. But yeah, 3:30 a.m. You should definitely go to bed and come back for Indonesia, Canada, in fact, because as we said, we do predict that one to be relatively close. And Canada on that 3 tiebreaker streak, I do believe, might want to make it a 4th one.
Yeah, thank you, Quentin, for that nice outro. It's been a pleasure and really great match to start out this weekend. I'm excited to see what we got in starting with that Indonesia versus Canada.
Yeah, so do I. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to close out the stream for now. Do come back in about 7 hours from now. Indonesia versus Canada, 16:30 UTC. If you're living in the US, have a great night. If you're living everywhere else, have a great day. And we'll be seeing you later on today. Take care, everyone. Nick, always a pleasure. See you, my man, and have a good night.
Thank you. You as well. Everyone, take care.